everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to take you step by step and click by click and show you everything you need to do to create a Pac-Man game in ScratchJr on your mobile device. I'm going to show you how to make a custom background, how to create ghosts to auto-navigate the maze and then reset back to their original position. I'm going to show you how to make a joypad to control Pac-Man. I'm going to show you how to make an auto-updating scoreboard, and I'm also going to show you how to make a countdown timer. In addition to this, I'm also going to show you how to create two end screens, a game over screen and a winner screen. I'll also show you how to increase the difficulty of the game by speeding up and slowing down the ghosts. All you need to achieve any of this is the free ScratchJr app on either your phone or tablet. To get the best results from this video, follow along on either a TV, tablet, phone or any screen which you can access YouTube, and pause after each step. I highly recommend you go through this video first, step by step, and actually make the game yourself. Then watch the video again with the child you're teaching. This will make it easier for you to guide them because you'll be familiar with the steps. This video is 100% child friendly with no banned language or inappropriateness. I will be sharing this actual video with the parents, carers and children in my class. If you do need any extra help or have any questions, please leave a comment below or via the contact details on my website, email me and I will answer you as quickly as I can. Okay, let's start by opening Scratch, creating a new project. First job, let's delete Scratch the cat. And now let's go to the select background button, go to our custom background and the paint function. So we want to create a background that has two sections, the gameplay section, which will be black, and an area where we can put the scoreboard and also the joypad. So let's go to our create square or rectangle button there. We're already selected black. So let's start at the top corner here, come all the way down. I want about 5 squares at the bottom for the joypad and scoreboard area. Great, now let's go to the fill button and there we go. So we've created 2 sections in our background. Now what we want to do is create some walls and boundaries in the game so that it's a maze-like effect and Pac-Man can wander around gobbling up gold coins and avoiding the ghosts. So I go again to my square or rectangle creation tool. This time I'm going to use like a blue colour. I want to make the lines slightly thicker. I'm going to start here, create a rectangle. It goes from there to there. I can actually use this to move it up slightly. There we go. So you can use this pointy tool here to move objects once you've created them. I'm going to create another one over here. Oh, let's undo that, let's turn that off. So I need to go back to this tool. There we go, fantastic. And one across the top, which should be a bit easier to draw because I can see it. Nice, I'd like to move that slightly across actually. There we go. One on the bottom. Like that, great. Now I want to put some lines here. Another one here. Obviously, if you want to be super lining things up, you can use the squares to count. I'm not in this case. Let's put something there, great. Put one there, lovely. Let's go here as well. Here as well. And let's have something, I think would be quite good if we can have it just here. Let's go here again. There we go. So now we've got some walls and boundaries for Pac-Man to navigate around while they're collecting the gold coins and avoiding the ghosts. So I'll press tick to select that, and there is our background area. We can see, let's have a look at our full screen. You've got the gameplay area there and an area at the bottom where we can put our joypad and also a scoreboard. Next, we're going to create our Pac-Man character. So I'm going to go to our plus character option. I'm going to go to select a blank screen and then our paint option so that we can create our own character. Pac-Man is a fairly simple character. It's going to be a circle that's yellow, then I'm going to cut out a bit for the mouth. So first of all, let's go to our circle creation function and yellow. Let's make Pac-Man there. Let's fill that. And now I need to cut a piece out to be the mouth. Now I can't actually do that in this paint function, but what I can do is go to the triangle function, select black, I create a triangle, I'll use this button here to spin it like this. I'm then going to move it into this area here and fill it. Now you can see that the triangle is sticking out slightly, but once I add that, because there's a black background and that white line is only because it's selected, it will look like Pac-Man with their mouth open. So let's make it a bit smaller. So we'll go to our purple category, go to our shrink option. I think that's a good size there. And there we have our Pac-Man character. Next, I'd like to create the ghost character. So again, I go to our plus character button, go to the blank option and click on the paint function. This will allow me to draw the ghosts. Now the ghosts are essentially a circle on top of a rectangle. So the colors are red. So the first one's going to be red. So again, I go to my circle function, create a circle. Then what I'm going to do is go to my rectangle function and try to line this up best I can. That's not great. Let me have one more go at that. That's better. There we go. And I'm going to fill that. So there's the ghost outline shape. And let's add some eyes. So I'm going to go to the white colour. Again, circle. Make a circle there. And fill that. Click on the arrow so I can move it to there. Now I'm going to create a second eye. It needs to be a bit bigger. Let's try again. Perfect, or close enough. Oh, so click on it. Click on it to move it. Looks a bit wonky, but hey, that's all good. And now I'm going to create the pupils, so they're going to be in black. And another one. And I'm going to move them both. Amazing, a little fiddly, but hey, there's my first ghost. Fantastic. Now, notice the ghost is selected, so it's got a white line around it, and Pac-Man now has the white line removed because it's not selected, and it really does look like its mouth's open, which is fantastic. I'm going to shrink this ghost now to that size, and I'm going to move it into the area where they're going to start. Fantastic. So now I need to make 3 more ghosts. Significantly easier making a second one once you've made one, because you just go to the plus character button, you select the one you've already created, go to paint, and we're just going to change the color. So the next one's going to be like a pink color. Let's try that one. And we fill it. There we go. Again, shrink it. So it's the same size. Great. Again, go to the plus. Go to the pink ghost we just created. Next one's going to be like an aqua color, which is this one. Select. Shrink that. Move it into the area. Across a little bit. We're going to try one more in there. So go to the plus button again. Select the one we've already created. Go to the paint option. This one's going to be orange. And I've done a little tiny bit of research, and these seem to be the classic arcade colours of the ghosts. There we go. And there's our ghost and our Pac-Man character. Now we need to code the ghosts and Pac-Man. We're going to start with the ghosts, because what we want them to do is basically move round on a cycle. So they're just continuously moving around in a cycle, navigating around the walls and the obstacles. So first I'm going to code the red ghost. I'm going to put the grid on because it makes it a bit easier to assign numbers to our movement blocks. I want the red ghost to go up and round and then loop around this little island here. So I'm going to click on the red ghost first of all. I want it to start moving on the green flag. First thing I want it to do is go up. So it's currently at 11. I want it to go up to 13. So that's 2, because 11 plus 2 is 13. I then want it to go across from 9 to 7. So that's left 2. I then want it to come back down to in line here, so it can go around the island. So that's going to be down to 12. So it's going to go down 1. So that is the first path I want it to take. So let's test that. Fantastic. So it successfully goes around that initial wall there. So let's reset. So check one more time. Great. From here, what I want it to do is to go across from 7 to 2. So it's going to go across 5. Now I'm not going to connect that at the moment because I'm going to put it in a loop, a repeat block in a moment. So I want it to go across 5, then go from 12 to 9. So it's going to go down 3. I then want it to go back across to 5 because it's where it started. And then go up 3 to where it is and continue in that loop. So let's have an up and a 3. So let's go from here and see what happens. Brilliant. So it starts where it starts. It does a whole loop with avoiding all the walls. So what I now want to do is put that into a repeat block. Oh, that's not quite added that one. So let's just drop it in. So here we can see it repeats this piece of code. So it initially executes this one and then repeats this. So let's reset the ghost to where it starts. Oh, let's move this to there. And just for now, let's say repeat 4 times to see what happens. Okay, so it goes up, round, brilliant. And notice you can see the code executing as we go along. Brilliant. That is absolutely fantastic. And it should eventually stop. Great. And what we can do there is, if we go to this block here, this block is the go home block. So that should set it back to there. And then we can say go forever. So that means it will repeat that 4 times, go home, then go up and start again. So let's see that in action. Actually, let's stop that. Let's just change that to 2 to save a bit of time. Right, let's go again. So it's going to do 2 of these loops. That's 1. That's 2. It goes home and then starts again. Fantastic. Okay, let's stop that and reset. So that's exactly what we want the red ghost to do. Now I'd like to code the orange ghost to do something similar, but on this side. So let's click on the orange ghost. Let's get rid of that. So again, we want it to start on the green flag. It's currently at 11. We want it to go up to 13. So let's go up 2. We then want it to go across from 12 to 14. So it's going to go across 2. And then down 1 to 12. Because it's currently on 11. Okay, great. So let's just test that one. Brilliant. It looks a little tight there, doesn't it? So we've made that one a little bit too big. So let's try going down 2. See where it ends up. Oh, and notice I accidentally pressed that green flag, which started both of them. If I just click this one here, just test this piece of code here. Great. So now what we want it to do is go across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. Now it might go up slightly over this island, so we can move that in a minute in the background, but let's just try that now. So I'll go across 5, so it's going to come from 14 to 19. Then we want it to go down 1, which is fine. Let's say down 2 so it avoids it. Then go back across 5 and then up 2. once you get these the first across and down measurements correct, the rest is just the opposite. So let's try that. Great, try again. Fantastic. We're just going to have to need to move that slightly down. So let's go to our background a second. Go to our paint to edit it. Actually, there we go. That is a little fiddly, but we've got there. So let's click OK. Much better. Beautiful. It clears it. Fantastic. Great. So similar to last time, let's add the repeater block there to it. Connect that together. Put that on a 2. Then let's say go back to home. And let's repeat that forever. And let's see what happens now. Brilliant. It avoids all of the walls and then starts home again. Fantastic. Now we need to code the pink and aqua ghost. We want the pink ghost to initially go up, then go up and down, up and down, up and down. So let's go to the pink ghost code area. Green, start on a green flag again. So initially we want it to go up. Let's put the grid on. The grid's turned off for some reason. We want the ghost to go from 11 to 14. So that's 3. We then want it to come down from 14 to 5. So that's 9. And then we want it to go up 9. So it's going up and down. So initially it'll do that, then it will do that. So we want that. Repeat again. And then to go home. Carry on. So let's try that. Okay, so you can see there, I've made an error of that code. I didn't change that. It was a 1, it needs to be a 9. Let's try again. Fantastic. This is the last one and it should go home. Great, fantastic. So let's stop that there. Reset. We can use this code again for the aqua one. However, we're just going to swap one thing around. We want the pink one to initially go up. We want the aqua one to initially go down. So let's change that to a down movement block. Oh. And we want it to go down from 11 to 5, which is 6. Let's test that. Okay, so also I've made the error there. These two need to be the other way around because it's going up before it goes down. That's why it's always good to test the code. Let's try again. Again, I've pressed that one instead of this one here to test just that aqua one on its own. Fantastic. Right, that works great. Let's make sure it returns home. Fantastic. So we're going to stop that there. Let's go full screen. Let's test what happens when we press green so all the ghosts go at the same time. Brilliant. We don't want the ghosts to touch each other because we may use that code later to trigger an end screen. Brilliant. Okay, stop that there then. Reset. Now we're going to create the joypad that will control Pac-Man. So let's go to our create character button, go to our blank character and the paint option. We're going to create a square. I'm going to create it in purple. There is a square. Let's fill that and return to our screen, and there it is. If you've seen any of the other videos I've made, you'll know that we use the same template essentially to make them all the same size. So we go back to our plus character button, go to the character we previously created, go to the paint option, and we're going to do this one. It's going to be green. I'm going to bring that down. All these colors are associated with the various send message functions we've got. So again, we go to the plus character button, go to the character we've previously created, go to the paint option. This one's going to be red. Move that all the way to here. And then we're going to go one more time, plus character button, to the red one we've previously created, paint option, and this one is going to be blue. Just line that up. There we go. Now we're going to code each of these buttons. So we're going to start with the purple button. I'm going to go to the start on tap. Then we're going to go to our send message, and that's going to be purple. I like to associate the color of the message with the actual button. It makes a lot of sense to me. I'm going to copy this code across, change that to green, copy across, change it to red, copy it across, change that to blue. Now we've got all our buttons coded, we have to code Pac-Man to react and move once these buttons are pressed. So let's go to Pac-Man. Let's go to the receive message, turn that one to purple. Another receive message, turn that one to green. I like to essentially reflect the keypad setup, that one to red, and one more to blue. So when the the purple button is pressed, it sends a message that triggers an upwards movement. When the red button is pressed, it sends a message that triggers a right movement of 1. When the green button is pressed, it triggers a send message that triggers a movement left. And then finally, when the blue button is pressed, it triggers a message that triggers a movement of down. Let's test this. Fantastic. Great, let's have a look at that on full screen. So we can move Pac-Man right, left, down and up. Great stuff. Next, we want to code the ghosts so that if Pac-Man touches the ghosts, the game is over. So first we're going to create a second screen, an end screen. We're going to delete cat there. I'm going to create a custom background. Essentially it's all going to be black. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to add a custom character, which will be a big Pac-Man. A big Pac-Man. Let's fill that. And using the free line tool, I'm going to draw a sad face. Fantastic. Let's add some text. Game over. As big as it can be, in white. There we go. So let's go back to our first screen. Let's go back to one of our ghosts. Let's add an extra piece of code. So on bump, I want the change screen function to be triggered and take us to the game over screen. So let's copy that onto the other ghosts. Let's just check they've all got it. They do. Let's go full screen. Let's press screen to start. And that's brilliant. We run into one of the ghosts and it triggers the game over screen. Fantastic. Let's go back to our original screen. Reset everything. The last thing we need to do now for the basic version of the game is add some coins for Pac-Man to collect. To do this, I'm again going to go to my create character button, go to blank character and paint. I'm going to create some small white coins. I was going to do them yellow, but I think that'd be slightly confusing with Pac-Man. So I'm going to go to the circle function, white, create a small circle and fill that and press plus, and there it is. Let's put one here. Let's add another one. So again, we can use the same character each time. Let's put one in this corner. 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 Obviously you can add as many as you like. I'm just going to add a few just for the benefit of the video. There we go. Now we need to code these coins. What we want the coins to do is disappear every time they are touched. So we go to the yellow category. On bump, we want the coin to disappear. What we're also going to add is an orange send message. We won't need this now, but this will allow us to create a scoreboard in the more advanced version. So let me copy that across onto the other coins. Scroll down a little bit. There we go. So let's start our game. Let's go across. Let me just see if this is actually, yes, that disappears. Fantastic. See if I can get across here. Great. Okay, so let's stop that. Reset. Let's go full screen and let's start our game. Oh, game over. And there you have your basic Pac-Man game. Well done, everybody. Congratulations, you made a fully working version of Pac-Man in ScratchJr on your mobile device. Now, let's look to add some additional advanced features. Okay, so now let's make a scoreboard. So first of all, I'm going to go to the text function, go to numbers, and go 0, space, space. Now, when I double space, it does put a dot in for some reason, so you just have to delete it and do it again. Space, space, again, there it is. So you get double space. This double space will allow the text to roughly fall into 1 digit per square, which makes it easier to code the arrow that's going to move across and signal what the score is. So we just keep going up to 8 because we've got 8 coins. Or there we go. Now I'm just going to change the text to white for now because it's going to appear here and I won't be able to see it otherwise. So now let's change that to black and make it just the second smallest. And there we go. If we just put that there. Let's put it there actually. Great. Now I want to create an arrow that will point to the numbers as the coins are collected. So I go to my plus character button, go to the create character and paint, select black. Let's go to our triangle first of all. That's the top of the arrowhead. Let's create a rectangle for the tail. There we go. Let's fill that. Fantastic. And press plus. There it is. Let's bring it down to here. Let's make that a bit smaller. Fits in. Great. Now what we want it to do is, because we've coded our coins to send a message once they are touched and disappear, we want our arrow to receive that message, which is orange, and then move across 1. So let's test that now. Now it's not quite in line, so let's set it there a little bit. Let's move it a touch more. Fantastic, so it points to the numbers every time it moves along 1 square. Now what we want to do is when the scoreboard moves to 8, we want that to trigger the screen to change to the winner screen. So let's first of all create a winner screen. So let's get rid of cat. Let's again create a custom black screen. Now we want a character again, so let's go to our plus character, paint option. Again, let's do Pac-Man as a circle, nice and big. Fill that. Again, we're going to go to our freehand draw function, go to black, and let's do a smiley face. That doesn't look great, does it? But let's try and improve that a little bit. Let's do the eyes a bit better. And then slightly thicker. Oh, reset that. Great. And now let's put some text. Winner. Let's make it white, nice and big. There we go. Excellent. So let's go back to our original screen. We've got our arrow there. We now need an actual object that arrow will touch, that will then trigger the winner screen to appear. So let's add another character. We're going to use one of our buttons. Let's edit that. Let's turn that white. Oh, let's turn that white. There it is. And I'm going to put that just there. So what will happen is when that is touched, and let's make that a bit bigger. We can see it there. When that is touched, it is going to trigger the winner's screen. So let's give that a test now. So let's go full screen. Oh no, let's reset first of all. Full screen, and off we go. Let's try and collect all of these. Oh, game over. Let's try that again. Actually, let's move this along a little bit so that it triggers it when I only collect a few less of the coins. Yeah, there we go, winner, fantastic. So let's go back to here, reset. Let's move this all the way to there. And there's our scoreboard. The last thing we want to do is add a timer in this corner here. So when the time's up, the game is over. So again, we go to our plus character option, go to the blank character and paint. And we're going to create, first of all, a red circle to represent a clock. So let's fill that. Okay, that's absolutely massive. So let's make that smaller and small enough to fit there. There we go. Great. Now what we want to do is add an arrow. We've already have made one, so we can use that character again. So let's go to our arrow, plus it. Now it's a bit big, so let's make it smaller so it fits in. And what we want is, oh, I just deleted it. I just moved, it moved behind the red circle. Okay, so let's just test what it looks like when it spins. Yeah, great. So that could slightly be down a touch because it spins from the center of the arrow, and we want it to make it look as realistic as possible if it is a clock going round. Great. So let's remove that, remove that. Now we're going to code the clock. Now the actual part we're coding is the hand on the clock or the timer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to green flag to start because we want the time to start as soon as the game starts. We're then going to ask it to rotate this direction here, and every time it rotates, the full revolution is 12 rotations. So we want it to wait, let's say 22 seconds each one. So every one of these is a tenth of a second. As I said, it's 12 movements for a full revolution, so that will be 12 times. And then once that is over, we want it to go to the game over screen, which is number 2, because the time will be up. So let's give that a test. Let's go full screen for this actually. So you can see it's starting to move. The goes to move around, looks great. We can move Pac-Man if we want to. Collect some. We're nearly there now. Nearly a full revolution. Here we go. And game over. Fantastic, it worked. Let's make that smaller again. Back to our original screen. Reset everything. Now, before we test it in full screen, the full game, I'll be honest, this is a little tricky for me, this game at this speed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my ghosts and I'm going to slow them down. So this button here is the set speed button, and we can change the speed. At the moment, it's the middle speed. There's a fast and a slow setting. I'm going to click it on slow and put it there. And let's just see what happens to this ghost compared to the others. See, it's significantly slower. So you can now change the level of difficulty of the game. So I'm going to stop that and reset. I'm going to make them all slow. There we go. Now, let's test this game full screen. Here we go. Great. Okay, let's get this one first. See if we can hit that winner screen. Nearly there. Run out of time. Let's try one more time. Going a bit quicker. Oh. Let's try again. Going a bit quicker. It's actually really, really difficult. But hey, that's the game, guys. Well done, everybody. Please let me know if you managed to complete the game and access that winner screen. Well done, everyone. Congratulations and well done, everyone, for making a Pac-Man game in ScratchJr on your mobile device. If you need any extra resources or need to contact me if you have any questions, please visit my website. The link will be in the description below. Please also share with me any versions of the games you've made. I'd love to learn from what you've done. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.